are working on um, a little tiny Labor Day drawing. Happy Labor Day. We have to say that. Happy Labor Day for everybody who has the day off. Now, keep in mind, not everybody has the day off. We've got our United States police who are working, our first responders, but they're kind of lumped in together. But I like to break them out. Our police, our ambulance service workers, and service workers, our ambulance drivers, hospital workers, the fire department, they're service workers, service to the community to help keep people safe. Road workers, truck drivers are working today. There's hotel staff who are working, and they may not even be from the United States. They're working in our hotels today on the holiday. So keep that in mind. And so let's get going here with our drawing. And so I'm just working here on a little tiny drawing. And for Labor Day, I just thought it would be fun. I know there's other folks who are crocheting, so I want to give a little shout out to the people who are crocheting and doing stuff. They're working on, I agree with what they're doing, because it's like, you know, they're trying to get things motivated for the community. However, the next problem is it's like, well, how are people even going to be interested because of the fact it's like yarn is so gall darn expensive right now. I don't know how that works. So I'm just drawing a little tiny drawing here. I know the algorithm, it seems to like it when we do things that are kind of artworky like, sort of like that. I don't know what else how to describe it. And so I've got a little ball cap here. I mean, typically this is kind of what we remember, isn't it? Oh, maybe later on I could do ice cream. Maybe later on in the afternoon I'll do some ice cream. I think that could be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Do a little bit of ice cream. I mean, I like my drawings, and I have fun doing the drawings because, when I can't do great big things with crochet, I've got to do something in between to kind of keep things spiced up on my channel. And when I say spiced up in a lot of different ways. That's above the fold. That's what I like, is above the fold content. I don't like the raunchy below the fold content. Like now there's some, I don't know what we call it, the connotations. They're kind of funny sometimes. That's part of the humor, the connotations of how you do things. Connotations. And so I thought, well, let's just have a little fun with the drawing. I don't know, is people in church today, or maybe they're with their families. I don't know. I just wanted to do a little drawing here because I have nothing else to do. So I'm making a little drawing here. I don't know, maybe I could have waited till later on in the afternoon to do it. Okay, so we're putting our little lines. It's kind of like a little plaid type of a looking cloth here that I've got on the little bit of a plaid cloth here going on. Okay, did I make my channel, let's see, did I make it public? or not my channel, but my video. Is it public or unlisted? Oh, it says there's 2 people. Oh, hello, 2 people. Oh my goodness, this one took a little bit of time to get out there today. Hello. So we're just doing a little drawing here. I thought it would be fun for Labor Day. Now, if you're not from the United States, it's just a holiday. It's just a day so people can get off of work. Because the United States has worked entirely too much. And so this is something that other countries who are similar to the United States and being developing nations need to keep in mind. You don't want to work your people all the time. Nobody likes working that much. And I guarantee it, if you ask people from other countries, I'd like to hear some of them talk about being worked too much. I'd like to hear that from other countries, people from other countries. It can't just be a United States thing, and so, people like to have some time off from work. Uh-oh, you know what I did? I messed up a little bit here. I guess what I'm going to have to do here is, okay, so how am I going to do this now? Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to do part of my drawing. I'm going to have to do it over here. Maybe I'm going to do it at an angle here. Okay. Because I kind of messed up there. I messed up a little bit. But, okay, so I'm going to erase a little bit here. And so I'm going to okay, and so okay, so that's a little bit of mustard. This is supposed to be our hot dog, but it doesn't look very much like a hot dog now, does it? It's kind of a sad looking hot dog. And so okay, let's erase some of this out of here, and I'm going to do this. We've got a little flag sticking out of the hot dog right here, like that. Okay, that's going to be our American flag right there, just like that. I know it's kind of sad looking. It's a sad looking American flag, but we get the picture. That's supposed to be a hot dog. Now, if I have to tell you, that's a pretty darn bad drawing right there, if I don't say so myself. Okay, we're going to draw a little bit of grass over here, a little grassy knoll. But we're doing a little Labor Day drawing here. I just thought it would be fun to do it on a tiny cardstock. It's a recycled cardstock that I'm using. And so back here in the tree line, we're going to put a tree line right about here. And we're going to do a few little bushes. Just like that. Bushes are pretty easy to draw. And I like to add a little bit of curve to them just like that. Right here, we've got sort of a little tree. We have a little picnic. What's going on here is we have a little picnic going on. We're not sure who's there at the picnic. But, there's somebody there. Somebody, maybe they're off playing with their kids over in the park. And so they left or they had to go use the restroom or something, there's many reasons. I can't imagine they're just going to leave their food there and just abandon it and not take it with them or leave their cooler there like that. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. They would just abandon their cooler like that. But the thing is, a bear could come wandering in and take their food if they're in the forest or something like that. Now, we're going to do this because we've got a beautiful sunny day here. Beautiful sunny day. It's a beautiful morning. Okay. And I don't see any solar stuff out here other than the sun. The only thing I see is the solar sun. I don't know, someone wants to talk about climate change again, and I have a different theory on climate change. Mine just goes in a whole different direction of climate change. I guess when we look at the grand scheme of the planet Earth. Now, keep in mind, this is supposed to be a hot dog, even though it doesn't actually look like a hot dog very well. It's supposed to be, and it's got an American flag stuck up there in the top. This almost looks like a UPC symbol on the cooler there. It actually looks pretty good when I look at it on camera here. Let me get over here and see what it looks like. Yeah, when I look at it there, it looks pretty good on camera. Does anyone have any questions or anything that they would like to write about? And so Google Play has some new apps that I wonder how they get placed in here. They've got a personal plan of some sort related to, they've got 1 million plus foods, track progress, a calorie counter. That just doesn't sound like fun to me at all. Track progress of the foods, because I don't know how anybody knows how many calories is in foods. Celebrate deals week on PC with Google Play games. Now, these we have to pay. I don't want to pay for games. I really don't. I like playing free games. I don't want to pay for them. That's a non-fungible token. And 55% off bundled decor, diamonds, and coins. Install on Windows. No, I don't want to play that game. I might draw some things from a game or something like that. That could be fun, but other than that, there's kind of a gingerbread looking. Oh, it is a cookie. Kingdom on PC, 20% off cookie run, up to $50 off. No, I don't think I'm sorry, Google. You actually contradict yourself a lot. Google really does. But let's get back to our drawing. This is more fun, actually. Okay, so I'm doing my drawing here. And so I need to add a little bit more grass. I think I did too many lines on my... I'm just going to leave it, though, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it instead of erasing everything. Okay, so this is depicting grass. These little things are kind of depicting grass here. And so I'm working on my drawing here like this. I'm going to make the lines a little bit darker for my cloth here, my picnic cloth. I just thought this would be nice. And so, oh my goodness, I'm just thinking... You know what else we could add over here is a giant fire ant mound. I feel like we're missing we're missing an ant mound. We're missing all the bugs and everything that love to come. Oh my goodness, that might be fun later on. We can add on to this if we do another drawing a little bit later, which we might. If we add on, this could be fun, where some ants are stealing the food that someone left, because you just don't leave food out like this. You don't leave a hot dog out like that, and the ants just don't come over and steal it, because they do. We all know that the ants come over and they steal the food, because we know, and they find it fast. Have you guys ever wondered how fast and why? These animals have the best nose, and it doesn't matter how big or how small they are. They have the best nose for finding food, including the smallest, tiniest of animals on the planet. And they're going to come over and they're going to steal your food. Now, I would like to see, does the police have handcuffs small enough to arrest an ant for stealing your food? Because an ant, technically in the laws of nature, and this came up the other day about the laws of nature, when I read through the Constitution, or the original signing of the Declaration of Independence, they brought up the laws of nature. And so I thought, well, does the police have handcuffs small enough and tiny enough to lock up the ants? And the answer to that is no. Answer. That's kind of interesting when I say answer, ants, answer, ants, answer, answer, ants. It's kind of like the word ants as in answers when I say it like that. When I hear myself saying ants, ants and answer, 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 ants. Ants is in answer. And do you guys remember the website answer.com? I do, answers.com. That was a fun website. There's been a lot of fun websites over the years, and they've never, ever been as controversial as what we've had lately, or competitive, or, it's like some of them seem like they don't even care if they have people on them right now. That's what's kind of sad, as a lot of them act like they just don't even want people on their website. And there's others who do want people on their websites. And so I find a lot of it kind of confusing sometimes when you go to a website. Because, the thing is, I really like Reddit. I've always liked Reddit. But, it kind of got a bad name. They always said, oh, that's where all the trolls hang out. And it's like, well, my goodness, people are being called trolls all across the internet nowadays. And it's like, what in the world is a troll? People are going to have to start evaluating when you're calling real human beings trolls. What in the world is a troll? That's what I'd like to know. Because you're basically saying that accusing human beings of being something that, I guess when you accuse human beings of being robots and stuff like that and not real people and things like that, that's where the lines are blurred a whole lot. And, well, this is turning out pretty nice, actually, for a cute little, it's a very tiny little drawing. And what I did was I went into Gemini, and I asked a simple question. My question was with Gemini was, would you make me an image depicting a simple image depicting Labor Day? And this is what it came up with. There's absolutely no people in it. No people at all. So Gemini didn't include any people in Labor Day. I think that's kind of funny. Nobody is celebrating Labor Day right now. That's kind of the depiction that I'm getting with Gemini. Now I'm going to have to leave I want to make my flag just a tiny bit bigger there. There. Let's see. I messed it up, though. I kind of messed it up there. But we'll fix it the best that we can, and we'll see what kind of drawing. Maybe when I put it into YouTube, I will be able to just maybe. Let's see if I can darken this. Maybe we'll get something coming into the image. I don't know. It'll be kind of fun to see. Right now, I like the picture to video thing is a lot of fun. I would have never dreamed in a million years that existed. Picture to video? Oh my goodness. That it can take something and turn it into 2D or 3D. I think that's pretty cool. I thought that was a lot of fun doing that. And it still is. That's not too bad. And now with the search engine optimization guys, I don't throw out all of their advice. I just wanted to say there's advice that a lot of them do not give. And I'm thinking I'm going to follow suit and not offer up that advice for certain things, because they said if there's tools on YouTube, and then people just use those tools against you if you offer up that advice. And I'm just thinking the same thing as the SEO guys. There's just some things that it's like, do we really want it used against us? The answer is no. So I suppose it's kind of like the same principle as police in real life. And it's like, well, um, why are you just calling the police on people in real life just because? I mean, then that's kind of the same thing like on the internet. And, there's some very bizarre depictions of, there's similarities, but a lot of it just doesn't play out. You can't just call up the police and say, oh, well, someone is calling me anti-Semitic names. Or if they're sitting outside saying a bunch of anti-Semitic names and you call the police, what are the police going to do? What exactly are they going to do? They're going to lock a person up for saying a bunch of bizarre names, the thing I've often thought about in the United States, especially, you can have someone from a foreign country sitting outside of your home, speaking their native tongue, calling you every horrific name in the book, and if you don't know their native tongue, you don't know what they're saying. So put that in your crack pipe and smoke it today. That's what I'd like you to do, is put that in your little crack pipe and smoke it. And ponder that thought for a minute, that your people from other countries can be saying whatever they want in a foreign language, and you don't get the censorship. But when you speak English, you get censored. I mean, isn't that a crock of crap right there? Okay, so I am continuing with this little drawing here like that. That's actually really cute. It's a beautiful drawing. Very beautiful drawing. Very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It depicts happiness, happiness, happiness. And a scene of, I'm not sure what. I think that Grandpa's kind of going to come bouncing in here in his Speedo with his 25-year-old bride. That's what I think, is that 76-year-old Grandpa is going to come springboarding and bouncing in here with his 25-year-old bride, and they're still out playing toddler games. That's what they're doing. You know darn well that's what they're out there doing, is playing their toddler games with each other. And so they're having a picnic, and, he's feeling like a spring chicken, not acting his age. I'm not even going to say he's having a midlife crisis. I'm not sure what kind of crisis he's having, if he's even having a crisis at all. But this is probably what Grandpa and his bride are doing, his child bride. And we have to say that. We have to call them that. Now there's other women who are saying the same thing about men who go to the foreign islands. They go to the foreign islands to pick up a child bride that looks way younger than them. And then they're always out skirt chasing after the young girls. I mean, they're loaded and they got lots of money, I guess. Those young girls need a sugar daddy after all, but then eventually, what happens? She grows up, she gets smart. Now, there's some of them who actually, they know what's going on because other women have told them. But, the one who exploits the sugar daddy, I'm not going to say she's exploiting him. He made a choice to get married to her. He did. He made a choice to get married to her. So I guess that's because he wants to leave his little demon seed around after he's gone. And so she's left raising that kid by herself. If the unfortunate occurs within that matrimonial disaster. And that's what it's going to be, is a contractual matrimonial disaster field. That's what we're looking at right here, is a contractual matrimonial disaster. Oh, I forgot too, the other people working are the prison guards. Now they are law enforcement. Prison guards are lumped in under law enforcement, so I think they might like that word better than prison guards. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but same difference, right? They voluntarily lock themselves up to go to prison. They have to. If they're not locked up inside of a prison with the other prisoners, it wouldn't work out very well. I mean, it just wouldn't work out very well if they weren't locked up inside of the prison with other prisoners. That would be a weird prison to. I don't know. They talked about something in Norway one time. They said that they didn't have any prison guards inside of. They didn't have any prison guards in Norway, or they said they just stuck them on an island or something like that. And I thought that sounds like a really strange prison right there. Okay, so let's see if I can put a tiny. Nah, I really don't have much room for any more of a design on here. I have no room to put igloo. It just says Labor Day. We're just not going to put happy on here, I don't think, because, well, we could put happy. Maybe we'll put happy up here in the corner. I'm going to share this with you. Now, I used to work for hotel services at a place, and they actually had some room spray. It came in a concentrated amount, and then the supervisor, they mixed it and they called it happy, but it was some type of cinnamon mix. Oh my gosh, it smelled so good. It was some type of cinnamon mix, and I don't know where to find it. I wish I could. This was from like over 20 years ago, and there was something about that smell it just smelled so good. And it really, and my boss was spraying it one time in our office, and he's like, smell it. Don't you feel happy when you smell this? And I smelled it and kind of sniffed it, and it's like, well, yeah, I see why you call it happy now. I mean, someone could come up with another smell and call it happiness. Happiness, a happiness smell. And that's true. When you're spraying over, everybody talks about the big stink and stench of stinky, where a sewer gets plugged or something like that, and things are really, really, really swampy, swamp-ass stinky. And I said swam. I said swam. Pass. That's what I said. It's SWAMPASS. I didn't say what you think I said. Even though you think I said that, I said swam. Swam. Pass. So do you hear how I'm saying that? So I'm not saying a naughty word when I'm saying the ASS word. It's just not. Or I might be using dollar signs too. To cover up the S and put a line through them so it doesn't actually look like a naughty word. I just wanted you guys to know that, so I'm trying really hard to be such a good girl and not do things that are wrong in society, like using the wrong words and cursing and talking about politics that you know what? I am going to go to my 3rd grade teacher, and I'm going to tell her that I don't want to learn about politics. I don't want to learn about history in school anymore. I guarantee you, I don't want to learn about. This is what you guys are teaching kids, is to tell their public school teacher that they don't do politics. I guarantee it. This is what you guys are doing. That's what's going to happen. You're going to have kids. You're going to have some dad the dads are smart asses, sometimes more so than the moms. You're going to have a dad who's teaching his kid to go to school and say, I don't do politics. I'm not going to sit in class and learn history. I don't do politics. I guarantee it. It's just like this little shit for brains that we got on YouTube right now who's talking about politics. He's 24 years old. What's his name? Oh, Euro and Travel. Here, he's back on again. And all he does is talks about Trump all the time. I guarantee it. You're going to have some little punk like him who's younger, and they're going to be going into class now and saying, "Oh, I don't do politics. I don't do politics. Why we're not supposed to?" Well, wait a minute. Even the church kids are going to be learning this because they're going to be going to their charter or their private schools with their big fancy school money. And they're going to be going into class. They're going to be going into their church school and saying, "Oh, we don't do politics and religion. This history you're teaching us is politics and religion at the same time. What are you doing? Why are you teaching this to us?" This is what you guys are doing. Oh my goodness sakes, this is so funny, actually, to varying degrees. You know, when it's done in good humor. What does this say? Obama working to undermine Trump with support to raise failing Democrat Party. This is from Euro and Travel, and they got this young guy. I would love to say that this kid is AI, but I can't. I don't know if he is or not. But Trump has just disappeared, and now this kid Euro and Travel has showed up. And so he's just as cute as a button. He's funny at times. And so, you know, he's letting people talk, though. That's the whole thing. He's letting people talk. He's not being obnoxious, though. And he just seems like the biggest smarty pants kid I've ever seen in my life before. But at least he's willing to have a two-way conversation and not just completely obstruct and not let people talk. That's what I see in him with what he's doing. But and he has people on from the opposing side too. Okay, so let's be done talking about him. What else are we looking at in our feed now? This guy came back up again. I don't know what his name is, but he's talking about dark money influencers. He's some guy. He looks like the angry cop guy, but he's not. But he looks a lot like the guy on YouTube. Richard High is his name, and he goes by Angry Cop. Now this guy, I don't know what his name is. And so he popped back up again last night. He's got on a golf hat and a big beard. He looks like an Amish guy who's going to play golf. That's what he looks like, is an Amish guy going to play golf. I've never thought of that. Do Amish people play golf? I never thought of that till just now. Do you think that Amish people take the day off and go play golf now? I don't know. Maybe we should ask Google and see if that's happening. I know Amish people actually are kind of being forced to change the way they do things because they are met with inflation too. So inflation doesn't hurt just a few, it hurts everyone. Oh, and this guy came up. What's this? No more lawyers? This guy, he goes by I allegedly, and it says no more lawyers. Billboard lawyers are done. I hope he is right. Billboard lawyers are annoying. The TV lawyers are annoying as all get out. I'm telling you that. I am so sick of the lawyers who are showering in the afternoon and that's all they do. It's like, what in the world? This kid up here. Now let me go back up here to Euro and Travel. Now he's always saying he has a team of lawyers on his Discord. He has a team of lawyers. Now he's only 24 years old. He's like, oh yeah, I have this big team of lawyers and doctors and politicians on my Discord. That's what he's telling people, is that he has this huge, huge team of lawyers and doctors and politicians on his Discord, and they're helping him out. Which I think is crazy. Now, right now, it looks like, where in the world is he? He's like, I don't know where he is. He's got on sunglasses. He's got on a Make America Great Again hat. I'm going to have to listen to this guy, though, because I listened to him yesterday. He was the one talking about the death panels. And so I started thinking about the death panels when Sarah Palin, everybody was making fun of her instead of listening to her with what they were talking about, and they just wanted to call her stupid with the death panels. Now, after all these years later, I was thinking about, okay, and so what came up when I researched in Google yesterday about death panels, it said it was a conspiracy theory. That's what they always use the word. It was some type of conspiracy theory that there was supposed to be a board that determined what type of people would live and what type of people would die related to hospitals. Well, isn't that what you would call going in front of a judge when it comes to, in the court system, when it comes to being deemed a ward of the state? I mean, so if when you're deemed a ward of the state, then you get care, because I had a family member who went through that, and so they go and become a ward of the state, which means that they get medical care, and the state then in turn has to take care of them because it becomes too much for parents to be able to take care of their loved one. Well, the other thing I was thinking too, why don't we think about it a little bit different way? That your politicians are part of that board. They absolutely are. They're part of the death panels. The politicians, your state government and legislature, your state assembly is part of the death panels. The court system is part of the death panels. And every legislator, your senator, congressman, is part of the death panels because they are withholding funding for people in America who need help. So the death panels are real, and the politicians are that board. Every single politician is part of that board of the death panels. Not just one party, all of them are. When they're withholding money from the American public so you can't afford to live in a place affordably, and you can't and you don't and you lack the help that you need, they're part of the death panels. So your politicians are the death panels on the federal level. The president is the death panel. I guarantee it. Think about it. Just think about it because it makes complete sense. And so you guys were making fun of Sarah Palin when she was with John McCain, and saying that she sounded crazy. I know my second husband did. He said that all the time about her. And I just, for me, I wanted to listen to both sides. I wanted to figure out what they're talking about. Now, he would withhold C-SPAN from me. He didn't want me to watch C-SPAN. And he's like, "Oh, they're just doing." He would turn to C-SPAN and he would leave it on C-SPAN at a time on like C-SPAN 2 or something like that, when they were voting for something and there was no hearings going on. When hearings were going on, he did not want me to watch that. So there's a lot to be learned about politics, especially on C-SPAN, because of the fact that you hear both sides of what's going on. And so even though it seems like Congress and the politicians aren't working together, they very well probably are in some way, doing things to kind of help expose some bad practices. I see it on both sides all the time. I see it on both the Democrats and the Republicans, no matter how they got elected. They're both exposing bad practices every time they speak. But yet, why is it my second husband just wanted to blame the Republicans? He specifically just called the Republicans the rich people. The rich old white men. That's the terminology that he used, was the rich old white men. And that's the terminology he used. Now, how can you just have rich old white men as Republicans, and things are not equal, and I don't know, this agenda seems to come out of Florida. It just, my common sense pointer just encompass just points right back down to Florida the stupidity that comes out of Florida. Florida is a sanctuary conservative state. I don't know what else to call it. If it's not a blue sanctuary state, it's an undercover sanctuary conservative state. Because why Florida is red, I don't know. I think they deem Florida red because of all the old people that live there. So they're just lumping everybody in as old people there. But it is blue. With all the migrants, Florida is a blue state. You know, the voting doesn't matter. I mean, because when you've got all the migrants there, Florida is a blue state. So what good does the parties do? That's the thing I always ask. You know, when we don't have equality, and we just don't have equality. But I'm kind of anxious now to listen to I allegedly. It says 6 minutes ago he uploaded this video. No more lawyers. Now what does that mean? No more lawyers. Did they all quit? Or what kind of no more oh, he puts billboard lawyers. The billboard lawyers are done. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the billboard lawyers are, well, yeah, I mean, the thing with the billboard lawyers, the thing I always thought is that, okay, for example, the nationwide lawyers of FARA and FARA, I was looking at that. They'd been around for a long, long time, and I was thinking, yeah, they're using the same name that Farrah Fawcett had, which is kind of interesting. Farrah Fawcett, F-A-R, well, far is in the word, far, F-A-R-R-A-H, Farah, Farrah. And so not only that, well, let me get something here so I can write on, and we'll leave this up here, but we'll do a little bit of wordplay right now. So let's write F-A-R-R-A-H, era, A-R-R-A. Oh, this is one of the, what is it? What are these words called? Oh my gosh, I can't remember what they're called now. Slips my mind because I don't say it enough. It's not a homophone. It is the other thing. But you can do this backwards. H-A-R-R-A, Hera. So let's put an S on it. Sahara, S-A, Sahara, S-A, or Shara. Oh, wait a minute. I always deviate to S-H-A-R-I-A, Sharia, A-R-I-A-R. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much in here related to, you know, when they do the billboard lawyers, for me, I see more in it than just calling up and getting a lawyer. There's a little bit more in there. For me, anyway, right now. So I don't know what he means by no more billboard lawyers. They're going to have to advertise on digital, I guess. And that's going to be expensive for them, you know, because I have to wonder how much of a lawyer's business is surrounding advertising. You know, if they want to get clients, they're going to have to advertise. You know, otherwise, if they're hiding or don't have much advertisement, they're not going to get much business, you know, unless they are a government paid lawyer, which that's different. And I've always thought, well, hello, wait a second, let me see who, Ben is my name. I subscribe. Well, thank you so much for subscribing. Ben, thank you for subscribing. I hope that, yeah, I always forget to ask people to subscribe. So please subscribe and like my videos, share them with your friends, and watch. And so yeah. So I'm doing a little bit of wordplay right now. W-O-R-D. And so, okay, so we have Farrah and Farrah. Farrah, which is far. Far is in there. F-A-R. Ref. Farrah. And so anyway, so these are just things that I think about. And then you had the girl on MTV. What was her name? Farrah. She was on Teen Mom. Teen Mom. And I know the government pays attention to these TV shows. Some people in the government do. Maybe not all of them, but I think there's a big element of the government that does pay attention to what's on TV. I'm not sure who does that. But then you had Farrah. I don't remember her last name right offhand, but she was on Teen Mom, and she was the teen mom who actually, she lost her job, I believe, or they banned her from the show Teen Mom for going into the adult industry. And so that came out, and then she was gone. Now, the thing I was thinking about that was influencing. And so with the influencing, then the other moms were compelled to speak out against Farrah for what she did. So they weren't influencing other kids and young moms and girls to go into that industry. That's the only thing I could think about with that, is that that's what this stunt was about on Teen Mom. Was, but at the same time, they did let her on the show, but they said she did a bad thing doing that. But yet, let me think. This is the things in the past 15 years. But then you have Kim Kardashian and Ray J. Kim and Ray J. Ray J. Now, Kim escalated really high after Ray J. Now, he kind of disappeared because it sounded like he was the one who did the wrong. He disappeared. Kim catapulted into fame. And, but it sounds like Ray J may have gotten $250,000 or something like that for selling the naughty tape of Kim and Ray J in the hotel. But it was done on purpose. And so then, of course, she got really, really famous. And then, of course, Kanye wanted in on that. So he dated her, gave her a few kids, then abandoned her. And then she's got a bunch of kids now. She's by herself. I think they're done, though, because I call them brain rot. I call the Kardashians brain rot. Their time is over with. We're tired of it, because it's influencing, and remember, Kim's dad, Robert, was a lawyer. Robert Kardashian. And so I guess it's just one of those TV lawyers. That's the only thing I can think. And what is their fascination with lawyers? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Ben is my name. Ben, the two of us need look no more. I don't remember the rest of the words. Let me see if I can find the words to Ben. I asked a guy the other night if he would play Ben by Michael Jackson, and he wouldn't. They said that's not the type of music that they were playing. And every song I asked them to play, they said, "No, we're not playing that song." And they said, they said I sounded like someone else. And they thought I was someone else. Ben lyrics, R-I-C-S. Ben lyrics by Michael Jackson. Let's see if we can find it here. Oh. Ben, the two of us need look no more. We both found what we were looking for. With a friend to call my own, I'll never be alone. And you, my friend, will see you've got a friend in me. You've got got a friend in me. Okay, that's all I'm going to sing. I used to have it memorized. That was the only record I had. I had a 45 for a long time, was Ben. I don't remember the first one I got. I don't know if it was Michael Jackson or, oh my God. Did you guys just have this revelation that I had? What in the hell were my parents doing? Letting me buy a 45 record of Michael Jackson. If my parents were so bad and white people are so racist, why in the hell would my parents let me buy that album that of Michael Jackson? Can you tell me that? But we bought Michael Jackson music and listened to Michael Jackson. At the time, I know at the time when even black people in the 90s or late 80s, early 90s started making fun of Michael and saying that he was trying to be white. I think that was a Disney joke. Don't you guys think that it was a Disney joke maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. And so, but Michael, he did race baiting. He did race baiting quite a bit in his music. Disney has done that since the 90s. Hollywood has done that since the 90s. So you have to consider the source of where it came from with race baiting. And I would have never thought of that. I never had the words. We didn't have the words of what to call it on the internet, or critical race theory related to what Disney was doing at that time and what Hollywood was doing at that time. But they clearly were doing it. Absolutely they were. And especially when they went into oh, I wonder if I should tell you guys about, I don't know how C-SPAN does this, because it's almost like C-SPAN actually answered a question, something related to the internet. That's all I'm going to say. But I know I said in a video the other day, I went to this place on the internet and they had obituaries. They had obituaries, and some of them, the one funeral home, it was just black people. The other one was a newspaper. It was just white people. And I found that really weird, why they were doing that. And it is in Florida. That's all I'm going to say. It is in Florida where they're doing that. And it's kind of in a historical area of, well, every part of the United States is historical, don't you think? I mean, it's just that some get more attention. So then when I think of that, the ones that get more attention, how are they more historical than any other place of the United States? You know, so even though the other land masses in the United States were not part of the original 13 colonies. Let's see, Raven Sarpong. Hello. Okay, oh, it's a day. It's a day. I don't know what else to say. Nothing ever seems to get solved or resolved related to anything. You know, nothing ever seems to get solved or resolved, you know. So it's just kind of a day like those of us who have no family around or no one to spend the day with. That's why this is a good depiction, I think. You know, it's like, well, why would I bother doing something like this when I would just have to go do it by myself? I mean, that's how a lot of holidays have been. This is how it is for military families and families who are transient, have, have moved away. It's like, do it by yourself. And, you know, Disney needs to go in that path too. Instead of having all their people bunked up together with 5 people in a room. I've seen that, you know, where they have their partner people that they do things with. You know, they need to have them doing it by themselves. You know, so if they put one person to a room and treated, I mean, this is something I also have to say is why are they treating grown adults as children by bunking them up together, multiple of them in the same rooms? You know, I've seen that. Why are they doing that? You know, so if you're going to treat an adult like an adult, you need to give them their own private space instead of putting them all in the same rooms. It's almost like they want people fighting on Disney, you know, by putting them all in the same rooms and in very small, cramped quarters. But if that's their strategy, then they're going to keep having people fighting with each other because they don't get along. And so, okay, the Raven. And EV Navarra, Peter Navarra. Okay, let's do this one real quick. Raven Navarre, Nevar, which is Navarre, never, Never, but backwards Raven is never. And then you had Peter Navarra. I don't think the spelling Navarra, but it's never. Raven backwards is never, Nevar, even though it's spelled with an E, but both work. That's kind of interesting there. And I don't know who most of these people are. When they just put them on TV, I have no idea who they are. It's like, how is it that they just come out of nowhere? And they do. They just come out of nowhere. Absolute nowhere. Okay, what I need to do here is take a little bit. I need to do a short of this. I need to do a little short of my image here. I'm glad they're showing up now. They weren't showing up, but they are showing up now. They're actually showing up on both my both studios, not just one. I have 2 studios. I have one on mobile, and then I have another one on desktop. So I'm working with 2 different platforms on the same logged in account. So it's kind of, to me, it's more the transition, you know. So we all know that Windows 3.1 and 3.5 would not work with YouTube today or with the internet today. So we're always evolving. And I kind of have a feeling that with the touch screens and everything like that, that everything is kind of moving in a different direction. Related to upgrades to make things better. That's what I'm thinking. You know, and everybody is fighting against it. It's like, why are we fighting against it? It makes no sense. More than 800 dead after earthquake hits eastern Afghanistan, Taliban says. I did hear about that a little bit yesterday. Yeah, there's too much of that other stuff because there's Supreme Court rulings that are taking place. This is a thing another thing makes no sense to me. Supreme Court rulings that are taking place when the Supreme Court is not in session. It's just getting repeated. It's taking place on Sundays and Saturdays when the Supreme Court is not in session. And so that stuff just keeps coming up all the time. Oh no, 11-year-old Texas boy fatally shot after ding-dong ditch doorbell ringing prank. That doesn't sound very good. That's out of a legacy media. I was just looking to see what else we have, if there's anything of interest on here, like technology. Um, Snapdragon 8 Elite Generation 5's power consumption is around the same as Snapdragon. Apple preparing iOS 18.7 for iPhone's release date. They never say what's in it. iPhone 17 Pro clear case may feature redesign and possibly tinted options. Let's see here. Windows 11 25H2 will have no new features. It actually removes some. Uh-oh! That's interesting. So Windows is getting an update and features are removed. I wonder what's going. Yeah, but the thing is aren't they deprecating the old, which is not compatible anymore? That's what I'm thinking when I hear that. They're deprecating the old, which is not compatible with the computer and probably may bog it down. I have not found a reason for WhatsApp yet, but I know that people are using it and it is being pushed, but I don't know what it does. Or why I would want to use it. WhatsApp patches zero-click exploit targets iOS and Mac OS devices. Let's see. Hollow Knight Silk Song is $19.99. That's pretty expensive. They had one celebrity, this girl Sabrina Carpenter, who was on. She was on Google, and they had a whole bunch of apps for her, and I'm like, what in the world are they doing with all these apps? Is that how they're promoting the celebrities nowadays, is just by making a whole bunch of apps that they know people are not? Well, through the apps though, you can do money laundering. I mean, we talk about this all the time. And so I found that odd, whoever this singer Sabrina Carpenter is. Now, oh goodness, Forbes says entirely false. Google says there's no Gmail data breach warning. Now, see, this is the problem. Now, what was it, about a week? Google actually had a thing itself come out and say there was a data warning with Gmail, and now Forbes says there's no data breach when it came from Google itself. It was something from Google itself, and Forbes is rejecting what Google says? That makes no sense. Google issues emergency warning for all Gmail users. That's from Yahoo. Now Forbes says, no, that's wrong. Does that make any sense? No. To me, that makes no sense. I still kind of think it's funny thinking of the future of kids going to school and telling their teacher, I don't do politics, when they open up the history book and the kid says, I don't do politics. I think that's funny. That's going to happen, I guarantee it. There's going to be lots of kids who are like, I don't do politics. I don't mix politics and religion. We don't have religion in school. We don't have politics in school. I'm not doing history class. No, we don't mix that. My family does not talk about religion or politics, and I'm not going to do politics. I would be that kid. My family don't do religion or politics. Get the hell rid of that American history. I'm not doing it. No, I'm not going to learn about it. Oh my goodness. I think the lefties need a dose of that, because that's them. Well, if you don't do politics, then why do you have so many of your lefty people in politics if you don't do politics? Why do you have them just face planted in there? And doing what they're doing. If you don't do politics, get them out and let someone else who's going to actually not obstruct and who's going to do good things for the country instead of what you're doing. Let other people do it. Oh, that's pretty. The photo edits from the Washington Post. Masterful photo edits now. Just take a few words and we're ready for this. Christmas Vacation cast wore cards with Chevy Chase's lines because he couldn't remember them. Oh, that's funny. I never knew that. I always thought they held up cue cards for them. Now, it's my understanding that some of them have been, what do we want to call it? Oh, improv, where they do improv and stuff like that. Lost Soul aside, a Chinese RPG was glimpse of the future. That's PlayStation news. Tom's Guide, Tech Radar, Apple's September 9th event is going to be big for Apple fans. Here are 3 reasons why. The biggest games released of September 2025. Okay, now I want to go back to Google and see what they've got over here. I was trying to find Google Play. Sometimes it's hard for me to find it. Where did you go? Oh, Google Store? No. Unlock up to $1,199 in special offers on select new Pixel 10 Pro phones. Oh, they got a photo. Oh, Google Pixel 10 Pro Fold phone. That looks pretty cool, actually. I like the look of the new phone, though. And they've got some really cool camera features on there, too. They make it completely different, so none of the cases will work with the new phone designs. I've noticed that. Oh, my goodness sakes. Let's see what they got for tablets. Oh, they got some pretty Android tablets. $399 for a tablet. A G2, 10% off your next purchase. Now, one of the Google employees had actually told me when I was asking them for some help with something, they said sometimes you can go to Amazon and you can find something similar that's more inexpensive. So they're not afraid to actually tell you that they know their products are very expensive. They're not afraid to tell you that. They know their products are really, really high in price. Even though you like the brand, they'll tell you sometimes you can find them in other places where they're not as expensive. I just still can't get over earbuds for $100. That's just insane. Let's see what offers they have. Google has, I don't know how much the new phones are. I bet they're expensive. Google Pixel 10 on us with $300 off instantly and remaining $499 back over 24 monthly bill credits when you join Google Fi Wireless. I have yet to figure that out. Okay, this one is $799. It's a nice looking phone, that's for sure. I guarantee you it's a nice looking phone. Let's see what accessories they have. Oh, they've got a clear... Oh, they're using a clear case. $69 for a clear case. Come on, Google. That thing is... That's expensive. My goodness sakes, that's really expensive. Pixel Snap charger with stand. That must... Oh, I think that's one of those that you put up to the back of your phone and then it charges it. Force Air case with Pixel Snap for Pixel 10, 10 Pro, and 10 Pro XL. What's this? The Pixel Watch Active Sports Band. $49? Good grief. Is that one of those things that just slaps around your wrist? That's crazy. They got a whole bunch of stuff. They used to have a place where you could actually get discontinued stuff. I don't know where that's at. I don't know if they have that anymore. The disc, maybe that's what they're selling on Amazon. Could be. Let me go down to the bottom and see if I can find it. They used, see, I don't know, I'm not finding it. Google Store is very, very expensive. I mean, the thing is, I like their products. Okay, let's see here. Pixel, oh, the trade-in. Contact us, trade-in, tracking and order. Oh, refurbished devices. Here we go. That's what I was thinking. Refurbished. Okay, there we go. This is what I was looking for. Refurbished. Okay. Original retail price $599, save $260 from $339. Refurbished Pixel Pro. Refurbished Pixel 7. Refurbished Pixel 7. Refurbished Pixel 7. That's still expensive. You can get refurbished on Amazon or new on Amazon, aftermarket for more inexpensive than that. I don't want to call it cheap because I actually, once I figured out what I was doing wrong with my Pixel, I love it. I totally love it. I always liked the Google products, but I had an employee, a Google employee, tell me, they said when a company is is just starting new and coming out with products and things like that, what they told me is, they said, don't buy the first generation. They said, maybe even don't buy the second generation because they're still trying to work out the kinks and the bugs. And I'm thinking that's probably, because I've watched Google basically I've watched them create a company from the ground up on the internet. From the time when I saw them as a website, they had nothing, to the time that they were rolling out Gmail, to the time that they were starting Chrome. Oh my gosh, Chrome was fascinating because they threw out this browser, and then it's like, this is weird. So me and there's some other people, I don't know if they were men or women, but it doesn't matter what, it's just that women in technology don't get as much featured as men do. And then even men in the United States are portrayed as not knowing anything, when I think they do. I'm pretty positive they do. And so with the both of us, so then we kind of get overshadowed by, oh, people from foreign countries are so much smarter than Americans. But anyway, we're providing feedback about Chrome and how to improve it and how to make it more secure. And Google actually listened, because they listen to us, so things that they think will benefit everybody, they will do, and so that's the thing that I think about with a product is, and that's what I think about even with my YouTube channel. What do I need to do? I ask myself these questions. What do I need to do where I can make content that would be beneficial to everybody in some way, that's not leaving people out? And I'm trying to work on that with my with my app on YouTube, because I'm trying to figure out, how do I word things. So say that I want a person who is maybe ethnically another color to show up on my YouTube. How do I say that without it actually telling me that it won't do that? I don't know how to do that, because it's almost like telling me that it's not going to do it. And it's like, well, that's kind of weird. Why wouldn't it do it? If I say, for example, if I say I would like an African American man and a French woman or something like that, it just tells me I can't do that. That's what it says. I can't do that. I'm like, okay. And then I'll try it again, and I'll say, well, I'd like the likeness of an African American man and a French woman. And then it still says I can't do that. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, then we'll just keep doing the other stuff that we're doing until you can do that, because I'm thinking you can do it. Why do you not want to do it? Or what is going on that you won't do it? So it's the thing when we raise the issue about, I know I did in the forum, the issue about the emojis, and it's like, okay, so you're depicting right now, the emojis and the people are they start off as yellow, so they don't really reflect anybody. Um, but then I thought, well, maybe there's people who want to, and I raised this issue to Google. I said, maybe there's people who want to use different complexion of emojis for in depicting their self. And they gave that to us. They gave that option to everybody to use emojis how they want to depict their self on the internet. And so you can use whatever emojis you want to use. And I thought that was a nice feature. So, in my brain, I was always thinking, trying to think ahead in the sense of it's like, well, if we're doing things that would embrace everyone on the internet, then there needs to be a product that embraces everyone so they feel comfortable doing things, and with the emojis, oh my gosh, the emojis are fun. I mean, we have I had a little emoji thing on here. Where did it go? Did it disappear? That's always happening, it seems like. My stuff disappears. Where did my little emojis go? They were on here. No, not that. I had a thing on here with a whole bunch of emojis. Now, where did they go? Is this it? No, oh my gosh, that's the corpse flower. I was going to draw the corpse flower in a video. and I didn't. I still might at some point in the future. But there seems to be a certain time of the year that people draw the corpse flower, it seems like. I think it's more in the spring when there's that time of year that it blooms. Okay, oh, here it is. The emoji kitchen is what it's called. Oh, are they gone? Oh, they're just gone. Stop loading. Emojikitchen.dev. Now they're gone. What happened to the emoji kitchen? Someone had the emojis and now they're gone. Why are they just gone? I guess I can delete that website after all if they're not gonna. Oh, here it came. Here it popped back up. It was just a little bit slow. Oh, Emoji Kitchen. I know. Okay. It says it's a developer site. Maybe that's why it's slow. So you take these emojis and it's like you merge them together and you make some really strange things out of them. It looks like it's almost like you're morphing emojis or something. Or it's really interesting. Okay, so now like this one, I've got a robot that covered its eyes. So I can actually, let's see what it does. Oh yeah, and then I have the roll of the dice emojis. Okay, let me go back and see if I can do that emoji and cover its eyes. So it's a, oh my gosh, this would be fun. Maybe I need to start a new video and draw emojis because this would be kind of fun to draw the ones that are not actually inside of our YouTube that we can use. And so we can, oh no, it's got beans for eyes. I put beans for eyes on the robot. That's kind of fun. Let's do pretzels. Pretzel eyes. And then we're hamburger eyes on the robot. Now the robot looks like a pepperoni pizza. Let's see what else. This is kind of fun. Let's see it's got barbecue. Oh, that's cute, actually. The robot, and it has barbecue eyes. Look at all these drawings. I bet we get robot to have cupcake eyes. Oh, no, this one's a surprise. Okay, robot is actually inside of the cupcake and has frosting on top of its head and is peeping outside of the cupcake paper. That's what we got right there. That one's kind of cute. I wonder if I should do a screenshot and keep it. How would I save it? How would I save that one? Source code. Contact me. Why would I want to contact you for what? I like this one right here. I really like that one a lot. The robot popping outside of the cupcake paper with frosting on its head. And there's kind of a little tool inside of the frosting. There could be more tools inside of the frosting instead of that much little candy, so you could put a few more tools on there. Oh, and it's got the little tool thing, you know, the little round circle thing that you push inside of the phone to make it open up. Let's see what popcorn does. Oh, popcorn eyes on the robot. Let's see what police siren does. Oh, I like that one. Oh my goodness, I like that one. That one could be fun. I'd have to do a screenshot in order to... I think I know what maybe the video that I'm going to make a little bit later on. I think it's going to be a robot that has police siren eyes in it. I think that would be pretty cool. And maybe we'll do more than one, because they're really not going to take that long to draw. I've got to do this. This looks like fun. What the heck? The Christmas Island monster stones. No, robot is very well hidden in that one. My goodness sakes. Robot, you are hidden, hidden, hidden. Oh, let's see what we get with Space Alien. Okay, Space Alien, are we going to give you fireworks? Oh, you got fireworks around you. You don't have fireworks eyes. Oh, Space Alien is a pizza now. Space Alien is an avocado. Oh, that was cute. Yes, your job on the internet is you're an avocado. Now you are a spider. Space Alien has a spider on top of its head. Let's see where strawberries takes. Oh, Space Alien is a strawberry. Oh, Space Alien is covering its eyes. Your job on the internet is a Space Alien covering its eyes. Is that right? Is that what I'm hearing? Space Alien is a snowman. Now Space Alien is a pig. So you take and put Space Alien eyes on the pig, and you've got a Space Alien. Now your Space Alien is a snake. Space Alien is a turtle. And a chicken. Oh, my goodness sakes. Let's see what lips do. Oh, we got kiss. Oh, yes. Emoji that has the kisses all over it is just loving itself on up all over crazy. Even the sad one is crying because it has a red lipstick on its face. Now, let's see what we do. Oh, my goodness. My goodness, that's funny. Oh, I've never really seen this before. So what this did is that I took the paw print. Okay, I took the lips. The lips is what I'm using. I did paw print, and so it changed the paw print, and it used lips and the paw print. Maybe I need to just start a new video. This thing is... That's what I should do, is start a new video. Or I could keep going on this one. No, I need to start a new video. This is kind of fun. I should be doing this one because then it makes it pretty easy. I'm kind of glad it populated back up. But let me charge my phone, and then I've been on here an hour and a half. So let me charge my phone, and then I'm going to come back on, and we'll do some of these emojis a little bit later. We're at emojikitchen.dev. And there's some fun ideas here. So the Emoji Kitchen is open. Wait a second. Yeah, okay. So we'll see you guys later. Thanks for subscribing and staying tuned. And yeah. One more look at our picture here, our Happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day.